My name is Cody Hofhine with Wholesaling Inc. We're at our next property where we got this home at a deep discount from a seller that wanted full retail price. Now, if you're looking, you can see what used to be a motorhome that is no longer because it was burnt down. There was no way I could pay full price for this home. So I'm gonna show you step by step in this video how we got it at a deep discount. Follow me. Now, when this seller called, she was adamant to get full retail price on this, which was $275,000. In fact, she told us, don't come out to this property if you're gonna be a penny less than $275,000. Now, the home next door had just sold for about $272,000. So we knew we couldn't pay $275 grand. It just wasn't gonna work. But what we also found out was she was behind on her mortgage. She needed to be gone in 30 days. So there was a lot of motivation. The big thing to learn from this, guys, is you've got to pay attention to the why. Why are you selling the home? Don't pay attention to the price. So many people are gonna tell you the high price. And so maybe now you're listening to this, and if you've done wholesale deals before, you can see from past leads where you are talking to people and they just want full retail market, and maybe you kill those leads, you consider them dead leads. I'm telling you, dig deeper and find out why they are selling their home. That is more important than the actual price, because most times you're gonna find out that they're calling you on this maybe 40-cent postcard, or they're calling you on a Facebook ad, whatever it may be. There's a reason why they call. Everyone knows real estate agents, but they're calling you. Why? Because there's some motivation there. That's your job. You gotta find out the motivation. We found out quickly, even though she wanted full retail price, we also found out that there was a lot of motivation. She had 30 days to get this done. She needed to be gone quickly. But then second is she was behind on a lot of bills, the mortgage, her taxes, even medical bills. So let's go inside and let's break it down step by step, how we were able to help this seller understand that we couldn't pay top dollar, but how we still got it at a deep discount and make it a win-win. Now, here we are in this home, and instantly you're probably completely confused, just like we were. We were so confused when we got in this home because of how nice it is. You're just outside with a burnt down motorhome, boxes all over the porch, and now here we are in a home that doesn't look that bad. You can tell that they've remodeled, put some new countertops on. It's not granite, it's not quartz, but this area also doesn't call for that. They've got stainless steel appliances. And so as we were talking with the seller, we're completely confused because it just didn't match with what the outside looked like. Now, even knowing this and coming in here with this new looking updated home inside, we're investors, we can't pay full price. And so we had to really break down and see if we really were going to be a true fit. Not all the time, guys, I want you to realize this. Not every time are you going to be the right fit for all these motivated sellers or for sellers in general. Make sure you serve them. Make sure you help them regardless, that you're there to help them find the best solution, even if it's not you. And if you will do that, more deals will come to you in the future. So with that being said, we truly dug down with her. We went and we did a deep dive with the seller of how do we best help her? How do we serve her? How do we help her see that we're not gonna be the highest price? So get ready to ask the tough questions. That's one thing out of the gates that most people will fail to do, is asking those tough questions. You have to realize that it's the tough questions that unpeel all the layers of the sellers. So we asked them, have you thought about listing this with a real estate agent? That's obviously going to be your highest and best price to get for this property. After you ask that question though, zip the lip like nothing. Don't say a word at that point. It's crucial you let them answer the question. Don't answer it for them. So ask the tough question. Have you thought about listing this to the real estate agent? Then sit there. And as it sat there for a little bit, got awkward silence, that's when she told us, I can't. I've got 30 days to get rid of this home. I can't use a real estate agent. I don't have the time. We've got to be done before 30 days or I lose the home. So what you've done by asking that tough question is disqualify, first and foremost, one of the options, and that is listing it with a real estate agent. The second one you got to ask is, Do you want to keep this as a rental? This is in a great part of the neighborhood. You can get a ton of rents for it. Have you thought about just simply putting tenants in here and renting it out and keep it as a long-term rental? Now, to that response, after you ask that, remember, zip the lip, let them talk. God gave you 2 ears, 1 mouth, use them proportionately. So she answered, no, I don't want to be a landlord, I don't want tenants, I don't want to deal with like broken toilets, and I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that. She hated the thought of being a landlord. It just scared the crud out of her. And so what you've done by asking that second tough question though, is disqualify the second option. There's only one more option, and that's sell it to an investor like myself. So as you ask those tough questions, know that if they choose to go with a real estate agent, that's okay. You led them to that decision, you helped those people, and you're gonna get business back because of it. But the crucial thing is, ask the tough questions, disqualify the other 2 options, so then you can ask her simply the last question, and that is, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with this? If you don't wanna list it with a real estate agent, you don't wanna be a landlord, what do you wanna do? And that's when you just sit there in silence again. And that's where she said, I'm hoping to sell it to you. I'm hoping you can buy this home. Now we can start talking business. From there, we're able to break down, I can't give you top dollar. Can you see that? There's the outside, there's the strong smoke inside, and you have to point out some of the things that I cannot do that. So is $275 the absolute best you can do? And that's where she will literally break down, and maybe it is. And if that's the case, you got to keep pushing her back to, okay, then you might want to list this with a real estate agent. And they'll be like, no, I don't have the time. And so sometimes you got to repeat that cycle with those questions. But ultimately, she started lowering her price. We knew we had to be around $200,000, $220,000 to make this a deal. So she continued to bring it down. She got down to like $250. And we said, we can't do $250. You may want to list this with a real estate agent. And you kind of repeat that again, right? And it gets repetitive. It's almost like a broken record. But it helps them make the decision. If that's the choice they choose, that's okay. They can absolutely do that. But what you want to do is let them know we can't pay $250. So say it again. I can't pay $250. Is that the best you can do? Or give a offer without giving a dead, like, this is my bottom number, this is it. So do it by saying what if. If you can do the what if, this helps every single time, and this is how we get our deals at the price we want, and making an offer without making an offer, if that makes sense. So what you say is, what if, I can't do $250, but what if I could do $190? So you're asking the question in an open-ended, not like a definitive, but you're giving a quote without giving a quote. But what if I could do $190? Oh, I can't do $190. That's not gonna work. I owe this on my mortgage, and it was higher than that. But ultimately, we ended up not getting at $190. That's okay. That's our beginning. What if? And then you just ask her, so what's the best you can do? At the end of the day, we were able to serve this individual, and we found out from digging through these tough questions, ultimately what we did is we got this home at $220,000, put it under contract. But there was something crucial about this, that if you can serve individuals and find out what it is they truly need, most of the time it's not the money. Sometimes it's just simply helping them in ways that is gonna help them in their next step, their next process for the future, right? So not only did she have to leave in 30 days, but also she didn't know where she's gonna live for the next 60 days. So what we did is we closed on it in 30 days, to satisfy all the mortgages and the back payments and all that stuff. But on top of that, we were able to let her live here for an additional 30 days. This is where your service comes in. Serve these individuals. It's not always money, but we were able to help her by letting her live here an additional 30 days for free, because we closed on it in 30 days, let her live there another 30 days, and that satisfied her, that helped her out, that built that stress that she had about selling. Now she's no longer stressful. Now, because we got this at $220,000, our plan, as you can tell, there's great condition, it even has new blinds in here, but because the home's in such good condition, it's not gonna require much money to finish this out and do it right. I think majority of the money, as you can tell, is probably gonna be cleaning up the outside. And so it's gonna be a simple, maybe $5,000 that we're gonna put into this home to finish it. And then we're gonna just simply put it on the MLS, put it on, just list it with a real estate agent, put it on the market so that we can get our highest paying buyer, which if you watch some of our past videos, they're always a retail buyer. So this will be the play on this one. Because it's not gonna take much time, much effort to actually finish this. Simply put the 5 grand into it, put it on the MLS, hopefully sell it for around $280,000 and maybe make between $10,000 and $20,000 on this deal. So not a huge deal, but these are all little deals that add up to that revenue for your business. Now there's some weird things about this home, don't get me wrong. I'm 5'10" and I could hit my head on multiple ceilings in this basement. But all in all, this is gonna be a great little investment where we can make $10,000 or $20,000 from this wholesale deal. Now, what you've learned in this video are a few things. We're here to find out why they're selling the home. Don't worry so much about the price. If they're asking full retail, that doesn't mean it's a dead lead. Ask why. Find out the motivation. That's why you're going on appointments. Second is ask the tough questions. Be able to ask them, have you thought about listing this with a real estate agent? Have you thought about keeping it as a rental and being simply a landlord? Those are the tough questions that you've got to be asking. And ultimately, if you do these things, this is what is going to get you your home at your price so that you can make money in wholesaling. Now, I want each one of you to ask the tough questions. What are some tough questions that you can ask sellers, your future motivated seller, when you go on an appointment? What are the tough questions that you're gonna ask them? Put them down below in the comment and I'm gonna also respond and tell you if I like them. Also, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification, that little bell, so that it alerts you when we upload brand new videos. Take care, guys.